This morning, y'all, we got a special treat for anybody that starts joining us. Corey is going to be training Spirit here in the round pen, and we're going to be streaming it live for y'all. So hopefully nothing too wild happens. Anything wild going to happen with Spirit today?
Maybe I'm going to try to pick up his back feet, but we'll see how that goes.
Alrighty. So yeah, go for it. Let's just go and do a little introduction to Spirit and.
This is Spirit. He is a 6-year-old Mustang out of Utah. When he first came in, guy dropped him off so that he was pretty much completely unhandled, and it'd be a while before I was able to get anything done on him. And he's honestly just got an amazing mind on him. He's pretty willing to do a lot of stuff I'm asking him. Just when it comes to the back feet, he'll still pin his ears a little bit and try to get away, but we're going to try to work on that a little bit today, see how he does.
Didn't the guy tell you it'd take like 6 months to get a saddle pad on him?
Oh yeah, so it'd take 6 months to a year to get a saddle pad on him. I told him 2 weeks, and next day I have one on his back. So
yeah, so Spirit is very willing.
Spirit is very willing.
Alrighty, well just do your thing, and we're gonna watch you do your thing. We've got almost 100 people watching already. So right now Corey's working on the front feet, lifting.
For him to relax a little bit, maybe shift his weight forward a little bit more before I give this back to him. I'm gonna bring it out here. Bring it back underneath. Set that nice and slow.
He already holds his feet up better than a lot of domestic horses I've seen.
Yeah, he does. Get the right handling, and he's pretty good at it all.
Angela, you want to say hi to Facebook or YouTube Live?
Hi! Hi, everybody!
So this is our shelter manager. She's out here managing and doing what she needs to do.
It's looking good.
And I know y'all would rather look at Spirit than people, so we're going to keep you on. So how long ago was this a completely wild horse?
He got here about 3 weeks ago now.
So 3 weeks ago, this horse was completely wild. Unhalter broke, right? Just.
He'd come up to you, so I mean, I think he may have been halter broke a little bit, but other than that, he didn't have much handling done on him. When I first went to go pick up his feet with the lead rope, the front feet, he was trying to get away from me pretty good. He still kind of does with the back feet. We're going to show you guys here in a minute. See how he's doing with everything else.
Corey's just barely touching the lead rope and he's backing up for him. That is a sign of a horse that's doing really well.
Just waiting on for him to drop his head here a little bit and then give him that release.
So Bear, I don't get the songs on Facebook Messenger. I can hunt it down though, so I'll definitely take a listen to that.
Drop his head a little bit there, give him a break.
Spirit's just a gorgeous horse. He's about a 6-year-old Mustang, and he's got those amazing stripes on his legs. Hello, Leslie over in the United Kingdom. Good morning, Melissa. Hi from America. Yes, he is a gelding.
So for this here, I want him to be going around me pretty nicely. I want him to continue going until I ask him to stop. I want his head to the inside. And I want that inside hind leg cross over the back hind leg to be outside hind leg as it's going around.
So can y'all hear Corey while he's talking? I know iPhones don't pick up the best audio, but if somebody can tell me if they can hear Corey when he's talking. Otherwise, I'll just repeat pretty much what he says. Emily, he is about 6 years old, and he is available for adoption. All right, good. People can hear you while you talk, so feel free to talk all you want.
So if you didn't hear before there, with this, stop setting around. I want him to keep his head to the inside. Kind of keep a nice leg on the big rope.
So right there, Corey was lunging him around, and he's doing really well. And then he asked him to stop, and he immediately stopped and is paying attention to Corey. So that's really awesome. They can kind of hear you. So yeah.
I'll come a little closer for this.
There you go.
So with all the horses I work with, I like them to know how to flex before really hopping on there or doing anything else. So I'll just get the lead rope here in my hand, have my other hand up here on his withers, and that's going to bring his head to the inside. As soon as he brings it in, I'm going to give him that release. I pet him a little bit. Try it again. He's going off of light pressure. When we first started working on this, it took him a minute to figure it out. Stick his nose straight out in the ear and say, nope, I ain't turning my head.
All right, people say they really just can't hear you. So I'll just, if you just speak in sentences, I'll kind of repeat what you say. Then somebody's like, why is he stomping his feet? Well, we have these little things called flies out here.
Being impatient too.
And he's a little impatient. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, if I'll look down here at the feet, there are flies. Interesting thing about horses is they attract flies, and you know, I'll do a racing stripes joke here. You know, why do horses have long faces? Because, you know, they're horse. Anyway, have we put a saddle on him yet?
Not yet.
No saddle. I did see a saddle pad on him, but yes, the horse's spirit is stunningly beautiful. And thank you so much, Sufali, for your $3 donation. Is Spirit the first wild horse we've rescued? No, we've rescued hundreds of Mustangs through the years.
Something else I like to do with the horses I work with is teach them how to lower their head. You get one hand down here, one hand up here. I apply pressure at both sides. And if he drops just a little bit, I'll give him a break, pat him a little bit up here, ask him again.
So right now Corey's working on him lowering his head. And Summer, you're more than welcome to fill out our adoption application, talk to our adoption team about adopting Spirit. I don't know if you're anywhere near us or what. What does stomping mean behavior-wise?
It means he's being impatient.
Means he's impatient, kind of like a kid throwing a little temper tantrum. All right, the stripes on his legs, these are they're just a genetic coloring. And there's a band up in Oregon, I believe it is. It's the Kydra Mustangs. They all have that. And anyway, he also has it. He didn't come from Oregon, so we apparently can't technically call him a Kydra, but nah, he's not a Grulo dun. He's a buckskin. Is right, Corey?
Oh, he's a dun.
Oh, he is a dun. All right.
But
I am so bad with horse colors.
with these straps right here on their legs, you can actually trace his lineage all the way back to the first horses brought over to the U.S. by Spain. When they came over here and they first discovered America, they didn't want to bring the horses back with them, so they just let them run free. And a lot of their horses had these, what they call tiger stripes on their legs. So if you were to test his blood, you could test his bloodlines all the way back to the horses that came from Spain.
That is so cool.
Try, see how you're doing with this.
And y'all can see his Mustang brand up there, the BLM Freeze brands all their horses. And so with that information on his neck, you can get his age and where he came from, right? And his serial number.
So right here is the organization that captured him, which is the BLM. This is, I believe it's the year he was captured or the year he was born. And then whichever one is it, like the next two is either the year he was born or the year he was captured. I can't remember. These last four are his personal identification, from what I understand.
Yep. No, yeah, he's not part zebra. Don't even.
No, he's not part zebra.
I figured somebody was going to ask.
He's all horse. So this exercise right here is called changing eyes. Horses, what they see out of one side, it does not transfer to the other side. So this is an exercise that kind of helps them see you off of both sides fairly quickly. So if you've got a horse that's pretty spooky, you can do this.
He didn't like that.
He did not like that.
Larry, thanks so much for becoming a member of our YouTube channel. All right, so that wasn't a problem though. I mean, it's part of the training process. Summer, you would go to our website, horseplus.org or horseplushumanesociety.org and hit adoption, and the application will be on there. Yes, he is about 6 years old. He's a 6-year-old Mustang gelding. He was unfortunately rounded up in Utah, and he came to us about 3-4 weeks ago. And Corey's out here working him again this morning. I'm like, Corey, you work in Spirit? Let's put you on YouTube Live and see how people like it. So y'all enjoying watching Corey work with Spirit here? And it's kind of scary going live on training because you never know what's going to happen, but Corey's so good and Spirit's so good, we know it's going to be just fine. So here Corey's trying the rope around the... Wow, thank you so much for your donation. I do not know... Oh, Denmark? Yeah, thank you for your Denmark money. It transfers right over to U.S. money, and we can put it right to work saving horses. So aren't you glad you weren't behind him when he did that?
Absolutely.
So right now, Corey's you're desensitizing him to have things touch him on the rear end, and
Yes.
he can realize it's not something to be scary.
Exactly. So he had a pretty severe reaction to that touching him back there. So I might do this a couple more times.
And there he didn't...
Kick up.
Yeah.
Get it out. I might come back to this later on in this session here, but I'm going to do the exercise.
SSO, yes, he is available for adoption. His training will continue until he's adopted, and if you know, and the trainer would need to go ahead and keep that training going. Is he fully grown now? Yes, he's about 6 years old. How tall is he?
Oh, I'd say about 14.2.
About 14.2 hands. He's not going to get any taller, nope.
He's already pretty beefy for like how tall he is. Like I wouldn't have any problem riding this horse. I'm about 250 pounds.
Yeah, he's a stocky Mustang. Usually the camera adds 10 pounds. I think it's erasing 100 pounds for him. How are the mats and boards holding the sand in? Perfectly. Yeah, under 14 is kind of considered ponies. He's not a pony size, though. He's sorry, Zen. I am. We can't make Corey yell at us the whole time. So I'll just repeat what Corey says, pretty much.
Something I really like about him is once you gauge his stress, pretty much any horse, but this happened fairly quickly with me and him, that you can pretty much have him follow you around with a loose lead.
Look how easy he backs up. So Corey was saying that one thing he's really appreciating about Spirit here is that when he gained his trust really quick, and he'll just follow him around now with a really loose lead. Like you can see, he's not pulling him, he's not yanking him where he wants to go. He's just doing what he wants him to do because there's that trust and that bond in there. What do you say? He probably weighs close to 900 to 1,000 pounds.
I'd say he's about 900, 950.
So for hard riding, that's about 20% of that. So 180 pounds person could probably adopt him, no problem. Thank you so much for your $19.99 donation, Bear. Really, really appreciate that. So you got over 200 people watching your class here, Corey, on how to train a Mustang.
So now we're going to work on the back feet. This has been kind of a problem area for him. I'm just going to make sure that my lead rope is kind of figured out. I don't want my hand moved up,
Yeah, for sure.
because that's how you lose fingers and hands and arms, and we don't want any of you guys doing that.
So Corey is, and Corey is a college-educated, trained, one of the best, if not the best, horse training colleges in America, out there at Feather River College. And this is not something you should just be, I can go get a Mustang and train it myself because I watched Corey do it. And right now we're working on back feet, and this is where the camera guy definitely wouldn't want to be behind him. And
It does take a minute sometimes, just kind of got to stick with it.
so you're trying to get the loop around his foot, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it in a way that he'll step into it. Almost out there. That's kind of what he does when that gets around that back foot.
Woo.
Get right back to it. Very important when you're working with horses that haven't really been handled. If they have that little freak out moment, there's no need to get after them for it.
Yeah. And if you don't freak out, then they realize that they're the only ones that was freaking out. Wow, thank you for the donation from Switzerland. And Tess, thank you so much for your donation. So yeah, again, we're live this morning watching Corey train Spirit. And Spirit is about a 6-year-old Mustang. He does have markings that would kind of indicate that he's a Kaiser, but he was rounded up in Utah, not in Oregon, so we can't technically say he's a Kaiser, but he does have the leg bands, or striping, and he's just gorgeous. And right now Corey's working on getting his back feet to where he can comfortably have ropes or whatever around his back feet, and he doesn't panic about it. And one thing people may not know about Mustangs is this horse right here is only alive because he was afraid. When they're living in the wild and there's predators, you have to absolutely be 100% afraid. Yep, over 200 people watching. That is so cool. I think, so the problem is we don't have great cell service here at the shelter. I'm on Wi-Fi right now from the office, and it works out at the round pen. Yes, he is already gelded. But where June's at, and I know that they are doing something medically with June this morning, so I could go over there if y'all want to take a break from watching. Oh, look at that. So he kind of panicked twice this morning. Now he's like, okay, I guess you're doing fine.
As soon as he picks this up, I'm going to get in that release with the kick. You guys know where he's there. That is something you guys look out for. Is sometimes they might get their release on something you don't want them to get their release on.
He was stomping his feet like a little kid.
He sure was.
All right, so there he's got his rope around the leg again.
I'm going to come back here.
So yes, Spirit was an owner surrender. We do get Mustangs from the auction. We got a Mustang from last auction, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And he's even more wild than these guys.
Well, there you go. All right, people say they want to watch Spirit. They don't want to watch June. So we're going to stay right here until Corey's done. And
This June is like so hard.
yeah.
I'm just going to continue doing this here until he kind of gets comfortable. Now he's still putting quite a bit of weight on there that I don't want him to have there, so I'm just going to wait, relax.
Karen says you're very brave, Corey.
I've heard that before.
Is it brave, or you just know what you're doing and you know where not to be to get hurt? Or both?
It's a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, yep.
I had a guy I used to work for, and the only thing he really ever preached to me when I was working with him is position is everything.
Yep. All right, so June, somebody's asking who June is. June was the emaciated paint that we rescued at the last auction. And June is gaining a bunch of weight really quick. She's between 20 and 25 years old, so it's really surprising how fast she's putting on weight. Yes, she is still putting on weight. I haven't seen her this weekend, so I'm gonna, when Corey's done here, I'll just keep the live going. We'll go find June. And hopefully there's service. Y'all are amazing. You've donated over $100. That is just so, you guys are so amazing of fans. So we've got almost 300 people watching Spirit here get trained. Yes, Female Crusader, this is, you know, part of being a good horse citizen is knowing how to pick up your feet. Because there's, number one, if a horse, you know, gets their feet stuck in something, like, you know, they put their foot through a fence or something. You don't want them panicking. You want them being calm and waiting for people to come help. And then also, you know, you can't trim their feet if you can't pick their feet up. So, and it's not the farrier's job to train your horse. If your horse doesn't pick its feet up, it's your responsibility to have him trained. So Spirit was surrendered. Any idea why? Just they didn't have the resources to train him.
I think somebody actually adopted him and 2 others from the BLM, and from what I understand, they were just in over their head. They got some stuff done, like they were able to get the halter on him and lead him just a little bit, but all in all, decided that it was probably better to surrender them. So they had the transporter bring him out here, and the guy that you saw in the episode was actually just the hauler, not the owner.
Sure. So, okay. So for those who couldn't hear Corey, the people adopted Spirit, his previous owners, and a couple other Mustangs, we believe, and a detail might be wrong, but this is the basic story. They adopted like three Mustangs from the BLM, and they realized that they were just a little bit in over their head, and so they brought Spirit here. And the person in the episode that brought Spirit wasn't the owner; he was just the transporter. And yep, Will, you about nailed it. He's about 14.2 hands tall. Yeah. Somebody else says he learns quick. Yeah, he definitely learns quick. And yeah, they did do the right thing. Oh, over 300 people watching Spirit get trained this morning. Yep, so training usually goes for what, about 30 to 40 minutes?
It just depends. If I'm trying to get something done and it really gets stuck so close, I might just continue working on that. For a young horse, it could be anywhere from 10 minutes to about an hour. But you can't really give yourself a time limit going into
Sure.
horses because you never know what's going to happen. And you always want to make sure that you end on a good note.
All right, so Corey's just explaining that he doesn't know exactly how long we're going to be training Spirit this morning. Larry, yes, it will be available on our YouTube channel. You just go over and you hit videos, I think. And, honestly, I haven't seen it from the other end, but I'm pretty sure you can watch these later. So Spirit is currently available for adoption to he's what, a level, probably still a level 5?
Level 5,
Yeah. So he would need to go to an experienced trainer, somebody who knows how to work with Mustangs. But he is currently available, or he could be adopted by somebody who takes him to a trainer. And yeah, thank you, Larry. You have an awesome day. And so anyway, it's just a matter of, when the right person comes along for him, he will be adopted. And so he is currently available for adoption, but while he's here, he's going to be getting some of the best training on earth. Somebody commented and said they think you're the best trainer we've ever had. And I would only disagree with that because possibly Kirsty out in California, who also graduated from the same college. But Corey is really amazing. And they do good things at that college. And they turn out real horsemen and women who know how to work with horses in a gentle way that gets results. So it's Feather River College up in Quincy, California. Is that their full name, Feather River College? Yeah. And it was, I think you did 4 years, was it?
I did 4 years. I got certificates in horse training, ranch operations and management, and stable operations and management.
So Corey did 4 years of college up there, and everything about ranch operations and training.
I'm also a professional packer.
He's also a professional packer, Reserve World Grand Champion mule packer.
That's right.
So I was in Bishop, California the other day, and there wasn't a lot there.
You were there like 2 weeks before.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's pretty good for his back feet there. I'm going to go back to the changing eyes that I was doing at the beginning. It was this side here where he was really worried about getting back there and touching his butt.
So what's
Time to think about it.
what Corey's doing is horses learn out of one eye at a time, which to us just doesn't make sense. But, to them, what you do on one side, you have to mirror that on the other side and work through this pretty much the same issues. Corey, if I video you getting kicked live, it's not going to be a good day.
No, it's fine. I have been working with horses 4 years now and never been kicked, so.
Ah, you neither. All right. Well, he's
Stuff
he's
kicked
not
out of
he's
my hands.
he's not gonna kick you because he's not trying to be mean. So.
Just want to get some more ground there.
All right. Do we see many chocolate donkeys? Yeah, we get chocolate donkeys in every once in a while.
I'm just gonna wait here until I see him kind of straighten up. He's got that thing back there behind his butt right now. Something that,
He's very nervous about it.
yes. One thing that people don't really understand is that horses can be completely fine with something standing still. But as you saw, as soon as he moved his feet, he didn't like it. So what they do is they'll actually stand there frozen in fear, thinking they can't move, and then once they realize they can move, they'll go ahead and have that fight response.
Yep. So for those that couldn't hear, Corey was saying that horses sometimes, I'm going to back up here just in case he decides to take a swing at me. Sometimes horses will be frozen in fear thinking they can't move. And it's not a bad kind of fear. It's just part of the training process. And then when they move their feet, they realize they can move, so they'll have the flight response. Spirit needs a chiropractor. I don't know if Spirit needs a chiropractor. I don't think the chiropractor would be able to work on Spirit right now.
We do have a chiropractor here today, so. He actually does, I don't know if it's annoying right here, it's pain response within his withers,
Uh-huh.
but he actually might benefit from a chiropractor.
Yeah, our new vet is a chiropractor, isn't she?
Got some pain
Yep.
going on in this section here. Everything else seems to be fine.
So how can you tell he has some pain right there?
So when you go ahead and touch right here, palpate, they kind of start shaking, like, kind of like that, they're
Uh-huh.
twitching. That's a good indication of either annoyance or pain, so you just gotta have chiropractor take a look and determine whether it's pain or just irritantness there.
There you go.
Alright. What else do we need to- Something else that is really good to teach your horses is how to disengage your hindquarters.
All right, so disengaging hindquarters.
Save you from getting in a wreck later. What you do, just come up right here. And if you want them to step in front, up here, their hind leg there. So right there, he's doing it pretty good. I'll just walk him out of it once I feel like he's got it.
Thank you so much for asking what the best way to donate winter is. So with a credit card, I would say a monetary donation or Amazon wish list, but monetary donation is really amazingly helpful. And if you wanted to donate with your credit card, Facebook actually gives 100% of your donation. They cover all the processing fees. If you donate on our website directly, it's about 3% fee. So Facebook is a really great way, although with Facebook, they don't give us all the information from the donations per se. They just send us, basically, they send us an electronic check through our bank account, and we just get a check with all the donations aggregated together, and we don't get all the names and email addresses. So Facebook would be the one sending you the tax receipt. And but donating money, he is like, what is this human doing? Donating money is amazingly helpful. So Corey's just working on desensitizing. If you have a kid walk by and the kid just jumps for fun or whatever, you don't want the horse panicking about it. So
I got flies all over me right now too.
yeah, the flies are bad this year. Yeah, Carrie, most people don't actually, tax receipts are actually not useful for most people unless you're donating more than the, if you're in the United States, if it's more than just the standard deduction, which they put the standard deduction pretty high now. So it's, you gotta be a super generous person to donate more to a charity than your standard deduction would cover. Let's be glad you don't have ants. Yeah, we don't have a lot of ants here.
There's still fire ants.
Yeah.
So next, I'm going to work on getting him to switch directions and actually use his shoulders properly.
So Corey's gonna work on switching directions and getting him to use his shoulder properly.
So start off here,
So he's starting off going to the left.
Direction. I want him to cross over just like that. Just keep moving. Switch directions here again. He's doing pretty good with that. We've only worked on that a couple times.
Somebody's like, Corey, turn around and jump. See if he still jumps. I think they just want to watch you jump.
Here.
Yeah, he don't like that either. It's probably the keys too. Yeah, it's just a whole.
It's everything.
It's a whole lot of desensitizing, and that's totally good for him.
Hey, before you between my flag and
So he does have the stripe down his back. Yep. So what horse has Kimberly got going on there?
this is Susie, formerly known as Noah. We got her. Oh man.
So this is
I wanna say
Susie.
Back in October, we got her originally.
So we've had her a while, and did she come back?
Yeah, she got
Okay.
adopted out and she came back because they said that she was just too old and she had hind end issues. They couldn't use her for what they wanted to use her for.
Your reins are crossed there, yeah. That would be an interesting mess. Looks like a sweet little horse. Alrighty, so Kimberly's gonna go ride her, and Kimberly is our adoption specialist, so she's gonna be working hard on getting little Susie here into an awesome home.
Yes.
And Corey has got one of the most scary things on earth out. It's called a flag, and the only thing scarier than a flag is a plastic bag on the end of a stick.
Right here, just teaching them to be used to the flag. I'll start by waving it right here in front of me.
And the flag is not used to whack on the horse or hit the horse in a way that causes any kind of pain. The flag is just a training tool. So is this June?
This is Miss Rain.
Of-
She's another horse up for adoption.
Of course this isn't June, because this horse is up to weight already, but how is June doing?
June is doing really well. She's having 24/7 care. And she's doing a lot better. She's getting a lot of weight and she's getting super strong.
Nice. Aw.
Now you want to go over there so she can pet you.
Well, and she's missing that right eye, so she hardly knew I was there. All right, back to Corey and Spirit here.
So what I'm doing right here is kind of simulating something above them. Again, get them to move your feet. So this is simulate like me bouncing around up in the saddle above them. Just get them kind of used to seeing something up there.
So Corey working the flag up there. I know y'all couldn't hear him. Corey working the flag above him is kind of simulating a person being up there in the seat, and just getting Spirit here used to having something in that position that Spirit can see, because horses can see nearly everywhere at once. And yeah, so just desensitizing. Oh, yeah. Here's the pretty little horse getting rode here. Little Susie. And there is the other one. Oh dear, somebody wants a Facebook or YouTube live of a horse's mane getting braided. Yeah, so horses can see everywhere but directly in front of them, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a very narrow field of view they cannot actually see. She looks like, is she a little Paso? Nice, little Paso. And look at that mane. Can you bring that braid back here real quick? People loving this braid. We're gonna come look at this braid, and we're gonna talk gently to the horse. Hey. So look at that cool braid. They want somebody wants a YouTube live of braiding the mane next time. Oh. Welcome, Shell. Glad you could join us live. We're up to almost 400 people watching Spirit the Mustang getting trained here. I can braid my horse's tails, but I can't braid my own. Well, it's hard to do to yourself what you can do to somebody else, you know?
There's something else I like to do.
Oh, let me come on over here and talk to you.
I like to get up on the fence.
All right, so Corey's going to be getting on the fence, yeah.
Fencing, you up here on the fence.
It's getting a little harder with all the mats.
It is, but it's still good. Come up here, and you gotta make sure to get it sending around first. You're gonna send them around over here, and then bring them up to you up here on this side. Once they get comfortable with you being up here,
Spirit is not digging the concept of Corey being up on the panels. He's like, why is human above me?
we are gonna work on that.
Aw. Yeah, the round pen is just, yeah, the round pen is awesome now. It's a little dusty maybe, but we're humid enough around here, I think it's gonna be fine. And we can always spray it down if we need to. Some of us are living vicariously through these videos. That is awesome. And I'm just so glad that we're able to do this for you guys.
Eventually, I'd like him to get up next to me. Barrel is right here. That way I can kind of start messing with them, touching with my legs while I'm up here. And eventually, once he is actually doing really well with all this, I will throw a leg over while I'm still holding onto the fence, and I got one foot up on the fence. That way, if he needs to take off, I still got to hold the fence and he can go where he needs to go.
So this is part of this. We don't do the old cowboy method of where you just, you know, jump on the horse and ride out a buck. Corey's going to be, this is part of the training process for riding, is he'll get the horse comfortable next to him. And then you can put a leg over him, and all the while Corey's safe. And if Spirit feels like he needs to get away for safety, he can. And then over time he realizes this is fine, this is okay. Alrighty, the next auction, oh boy, if I'm not mistaken, it's next week already.
Is it already next week?
Well, because we're going again in early July, so yeah. Corey's going to want this horse. This horse is going to belong to Corey. Not necessarily. Corey's got his own horses.
I've got horses already. If I had more land, you better believe it.
Yeah.
He actually reminds me of one of the first horses I ever started. And the first horse I ever started was a Tiger Spanish Mustang. He actually came from the Oregon herd. His name was Spanish Ambassador's Red Moon.
Spanish Ambassador's Red Moon. So Corey's saying this, the Spirit here reminds him of the first horse he ever started, which was a actual Kaiser Mustang. So Corey is just feeling at home with this horse. Oh, over 400 people watching you train Spirit here.
I'm probably not going to mess with him with my legs today up here, but I do want to see if I can at least get him next to me a little closer. Start walking right here.
So Corey says he's probably not going to put any legs over him today, but he's trying to get him to go ahead and be closer to him.
So I'm going to get used to being all over here. Me up here on this one. And it's also good to teach your horses this, because one day when I'm 80 years old and I want to get on my horse, I bet the only way I can do it is by climbing on a fence.
Yeah, boar mountain block. See, that's just part of the all-around general training of a horse, is to get them used to every situation you can. Have we made a calendar to sell with pictures of the horses? So, you know, and people still have calendars somewhere. Usually, though, they're on their phones or on their computers. You know, and we have thought about doing calendar fundraisers. The problem is you usually buy too many calendars, and it doesn't usually work out because a few people buy them, and that's about it. But certainly, he is a gorgeous horse. So 200 likes, half the people watching likes is really amazing. A lot of people watch on their TVs or whatever, and it's really hard to do likes. So usually when we have about 1,200 people watching, we'll get 250 to 350 likes. So y'all are definitely smashing that like button a lot. Now there's a horsefly on him. How irritating. What's that?
Horsefly?
Yeah, it was over here on his side. He switched it off with his tail.
I'll probably get some fly spray on him. That'll be interesting to watch too.
Oh boy. Fly spray.
At least one step closer to where I want this, and I'll call it good.
I am amazed how many people from Australia actually watch. I mean, it's not a majority of our audience for sure, but between Australia and the UK, we get a lot of people watching. That's really cool.
This is pretty much as close as he's gotten. He's keeping himself squared up to the fence.
Alrighty, Will. Hey, you have a great day too, and yeah, thanks for watching.
Try to get one more step out of him.
Fly spray, horse's worst enemy, pretty much. It is a fly spray is an entirely unnatural situation for a horse, and basically it probably kind of sounds like a rattlesnake or something. So one of the most beautiful horses I've seen. Couldn't have anyone better train him. I agree, absolutely, Lonnie. Oh, he's starting to throw his little temper tantrum.
Yes, he is. We're almost there. We're so close. Good job, bud. Good job. All right, call that good for you on that.
And then you just jump down and scare him to death, right? No, you don't. Look at that. Didn't scare him to death.
We're getting better.
All right, so, well, if you could do fly spray over here, I know the service is better over here.
I gotta find it first.
All right, so Corey is on the hunt for fly spray, which is never where you want it to be. So I'm going to walk on over there. Y'all let me know if the video quality drops or anything. Do you hang fly by? Oh, it's right here. And we've got our Bronco Equine Fly Spray plus Citronella scent. So, gonna be the good stuff for Spirit. And he may not be super happy that we're putting fly spray on him. All right, somebody's watching from Nairobi, Kenya. That is really cool. Welcome, Marjeline.
So I can put it on the forehead there and then rub it in with my hand.
Yeah, you would never want to spray just directly on the face. That'd be awful.
Just put it right on the forehead and then rub it around where it needs to be. Main area is down the nose and around the eyes there. And I might start off here on the neck. He's done this before. Got a little scary there on his legs.
It smells weird and it's swishing and it's stuff falling on him and it's just, yeah, he don't like it. But that's okay. It's one of the skills he's gonna need to learn, how to stand still for fly spray and bathing. And
These flies are getting me too.
there, you can put some fly spray on your, right. Oh yeah, Corey's putting fly spray on himself. So for for the single ladies out here, this might be the best scent on earth is fly spray on a guy, just saying, because means he works with horses. Oh, look at Spirit, he's doing just fine. So Spirit is about 6 years old. He's a Mustang. He was rounded up in Utah, and yeah, he was an owner surrender 3-4 weeks ago. All right, so Shell, yes, spraying it on cloth and wiping it is also a good way. But what Corey here is doing is trying to make Spirit just ready for whatever happens to him in the future after he's adopted. If somebody comes with a fly spray bottle and starts spraying him, we don't want him panicking. So he's doing everything he can to get Spirit ready to be the best horse possible. Is this his first training session? No, he is under training. So work with him what, about once a week or so? A couple times a week?
I get to him about twice a week, but I'm always getting pulled around different directions, especially when the vet farriers here. They like to have me around to hold the horses for them, so try to work with them at least twice a week.
Yep. So Spirit is
I think I got him 3 times a week last week.
Oh, nice.
We didn't work on all of this. We worked on a bunch of random stuff.
So for our viewers, how often is too often to train a horse?
Every day. Everyone needs a break.
Yeah.
I mean, if you work with your horse 5 times a week, that's great.
You got a nasty horsefly up on your shoulder there.
If you're showing,
So these little guys right here are the bane of our existence.
yes, they are.
They land on humans, they land on horses, they bite. They are just mean.
Almost got it.
I missed. How is Spirit with the farrier? Spirit hasn't been trimmed yet, right?
He's not been trimmed yet.
We're still working on training him to pick up his feet so that the farrier can train him. Because again, it's not your farrier's job to train your horse how to lift its feet. If you have a horse that's just nasty for the farrier, either train him or get someone to train him.
I'm hoping this week he can see the farrier, though. We'll see how he does. We'll pull him out again tomorrow, just work with his feet.
And his feet aren't bad. They just need a decent little trim there.
Yeah, Mustangs, what they do out in the wild is they actually will chip their feet off on rocks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, because Mustangs in the wild, they don't have little Mustang farriers, and they have some of the best feet on earth if they have a big enough area to roam.
that'd be one brave cowboy, I'll tell you that much.
So now we're just Corey's going to be working on putting the saddle pad back on Spirit here, and this has been done, and this isn't new for Spirit, but again, it's always something you take slow, and until he's just always super confident with it.
And I started off with the saddle pad folded up. That way it's not all big and scary. I mean, you had something like that coming towards you and you didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
It
man,
might be a little intimidating.
bigger than a
so
mountain lion.
Take it away a little bit. You want to make sure he touches it with his nose. A lot of people think that when they touch it with their nose, they're smelling it. But he was actually able to smell this as soon as he got something on the rail over there. He could be all the way over here and smell it. So what they're doing is they're actually feeling it with their whiskers. This horsefly is bugging me now.
So Corey has been training horses for years.
I've been training horses since I was 12 years old. I'm 27 now, I think.
So we're talking 15 years. Over half your life for sure. So yeah, so you probably couldn't hear. Corey's been training horses since he was 12, and he's 27. So he's been training horses for a while now. Since you were what?
I've been riding since I was 4.
So he's been riding since he was 4. So Corey is what is known as the Great American Cowboy.
Alright, we're going to go this side one more time because it felt like we need to move his feet. Hold that there again. Alright. Now that he's pretty good with him, hold it up. Open it. Almost open.
Pesky, it's a secret. So sorry.
What's that?
Oh, everyone's wondering where your girlfriend's working today. It's like, well, it's a secret. So sorry.
A lot of people have been asking.
Oh yeah.
Ultimately, it is our business.
Exactly.
We would appreciate our privacy for it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Exactly.
If you're able to, Jenna needs your help.
Yes, I'm wrapping up right now, and then we'll be over there.
Jason, how long have you been around horses? I have been around horses ever since I started dating Tawny. So that was, we've been married for almost 20 years, so it's been a minute. Corey is not currently available for adoption, sorry.
Yep, I've been adopted.
Spirit's available for adoption though. And no offense, Corey, but Spirit looks better.
I know. He does pretty good packing that around.
Look at that, guys. He's yeah.
I'm sure once we go to get the saddle on, it's going to be about the same thing. I know Jenna needs my help over there. I wanted to show you guys one more thing before we put him up, though.
All right. Well,
That is to get your horse used to cinch pressure. So we know that he can carry that saddle pad around no issue. We're not too sure how it's going to go with the saddle. But what I could do here, I could get it. Take a minute. I'll try this instead. Yep.
so right now Corey's working on getting a. I think you're gonna put the lead rope under his belly.
Yes.
Simulate the cinch. Yeah. All right. Somebody asked when Tawny and I first met. She was 9, I was 12, and from Tawny's perspective, it was love at first sight, and we got married a number of years later, and happily ever since. Look at that. He's about ready for a cinch.
Just about. He still doesn't quite know how to move freely with that there.
Wow, Dusty, thank you so much for your $100 donation. That is absolutely amazing.
So I'm just going to work him around here. So he moves freely. He's not really caring about that. I'll go ahead and drop that and call that good for today.
Alrighty, so that is any final, if you want to come a little closer, any final words for the camera about Spirit's training today?
So he's done really well today. There are still several things that need to be worked on, but he is moving right along with his training. And if anyone out there that knows how to train and wants to take on this beautiful horse, he is available.
Somebody's wondering if you train teenagers.
No. I actually used to give lessons out in Sacramento, and I had about 100 students out there, and about 60% of them were teenagers. So yes, I possibly could train a teenager, but I'd rather stick to the horse side of things.
It's easier. All right, y'all, so that is Spirit the Mustang. He did really good on his training today, about a 50-minute session, and Spirit absolutely trusts Corey, and they have a great relationship going on. And well, it'll be a sad day, I guess, when he gets adopted, but it's also going to be an awesome day because we know our adoption team is going to find him amazing home. Alrighty, so let's go find June. This is our shelter. We just have people working nearly everywhere, and we're going to go find June real quick, and then I'm going to have to hop off the live feed and actually get back to work. Look at all these nice people over here. We got Keith and Angela, and I'm gonna guess Macy. Yeah. Sweet. I'm still, they've worked here for about a month and a half, and I still can't tell them apart very well. So, but I know Haley is just locked down editing Horse Rescue Heroes. So, how's it going, Keith?
Good.
All right, you got 400 people here on YouTube watching us. Go find the June. So again, I can't go in this building because I'm pretty sure the service is going to die, but let's just see what the vet is doing over here. And that is not June. Alrighty.
I just think more manpower.
So
To take care of him.
where is June?
Huh?
Where is June?
Number 9.
Okay.
June successfully poops.
This is a good.
Enema and she poops.
Cool. All right. Let's hope my service doesn't die on y'all. June is over here, and no promises on the internet. And there is June. June is taking a little nap, and she is still just so incredibly skinny. But look at all those nice shavings for her. And anyway, this is how June is doing right now. So keep sending positive thoughts and prayers her way, y'all. So yeah, she is gaining weight, and she's doing much better. So, alrighty. I'd like to just thank you everybody for watching, and keep watching our videos, keep sharing the videos, keep hitting likes, thumbs up, donate if you can. Really appreciate it. We got over $200 donated on this video, and that is just really awesome. So thank you all so much, and y'all have a great day.